how In-N-Out Burger has changed due to the pandemic and why I still love eating there. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions, and I love In-N-Out Burger. And in this video, I'm gonna be telling you all the things they're doing right to keep us safe and keep delivering tasty food even during a pandemic. But first, why am I even doing a video about this topic anyway? Well, with the pandemic here in California, there's been lots of health changes required, and I think In-N-Out Burger really could be a model for how to do things in a sanitary way. I think other restaurants should follow In-N-Out Burger's lead, as opposed to the health theater that other restaurants are doing. You know, I'm sure you've seen this sort of health theater where the staff is wearing face masks, but the face masks are like down here on their chin as more of a chin cover than actually a face cover. You won't see that kind of stuff at In-N-Out Burger. So the first thing the In-N-Out Burger did when COVID-19 hit is they closed all the dining rooms of all of their locations, which meant that actually some of their locations that didn't have drive-thrus were just closed entirely, and they focused on the drive-thrus, which meant that some In-N-Out Burgers had really long drive-thru lines that in places like Oregon State could be up to 2 hours long because they were just that popular. But they've done a lot of things focusing on the drive-thru to make the experience faster to get through and more sanitary. By the way, not all of the In-N-Out locations are open for eat-in. You can actually go to the In-N-Out Burger website, and it's changed because it tells you which locations are open for eat-in, drive-thru, or patio dining, so it's different depending upon the county, the state, or the regulation. But those that are open for eat-in service, first thing as you walk in, a lot more signs on the door, and often there have been people standing there to open the door so you don't have to touch the door. I will say that has waned a little bit as they've been open longer, and as you walk right in, the first thing you'll see, a thing of hand sanitizer. So now once you're inside, it's time to line up and place your order. Well, that is different now too. Instead of forming just a mob like typical at In-N-Out, there's actually lines on the floor to denote where to stand. Those lines, because it can be pretty busy, actually extend outside the door of most In-N-Out Burger locations. The order takers are behind plexiglass, and also the people who give you the food are behind plexiglass as well. They made different plexiglass cutouts for the order takers and the food givers. The food givers have a little hole on the bottom to give you food through it. You'll find the self-serve drink stations are closed. Usually when you order a drink, they'll just give you the cup and you fill it up yourself. Well, now they fill it up for you. At some locations, they're filling it up for you from the soda fountain behind the counter. Other locations, they're filling it up for you at the soda fountain inside the restaurant. Then you go over there after you pick up your food, you show your receipt, and that's how you get your drink. Now you're wondering, this might be a ploy just to not do refills, and you know, some restaurants have been doing that, and I think it's cheap because it's a way for them just to make more money by not allowing refills. But In-N-Out Burger is still doing refills. They just don't let you do it yourself. You hold the cup out, they fill up a separate water cup that they then pour into your cup with your beverage of choice. No touch, drink refilling. When you're looking for condiments, ketchup, napkins, chili pepper, straws, all those things are behind the counter. They're happy to give it to you, but you have to ask for it when you get your food or come up separately. It is kind of weird to see the ketchup things and the napkin things completely empty, but they've put up some nice professional signs to let you know that they're not there, instead of other restaurants where they've just put up like police-looking caution tape that really makes you feel like you're in some sort of plague ward. Now the way they serve the orders for dine-in is different. Before, In-N-Out Burger used to serve dine-in orders in these very interesting red-looking trays. Now they serve it either in bags or cardboard boxes. I like to get mine in a cardboard box with a lid because it helps keep my food warmer longer, and then it gives me kind of a little extra place to put my ketchup in that box that was the lid. And something you'd only notice if you ate an In-N-Out Burger like me way too much, the order numbers used to be a sequential set of order numbers for the drive-thru and eat-in. Now they're separate order numbers. So if you hear 55 and then 56 and 57 in the eat-in thing, they'll be calling sequential numbers because they've separated numbers for eat-in and drive-thru. Now both inside and on the patio, they've closed off some tables for physical distancing. They're also not just closed off with scary looking caution tape, but they've made some professional looking signs that they've affixed to the tables so you know which tables are open and you know which tables aren't. And I found at all the In-N-Out locations I've been to, they're giving plenty of room between tables so you don't feel too close to that party next to you. Now they do a really good job cleaning the tables and chairs. They've assigned staff members to the patio and the dining room just to be there to clean things. Every time a party gets up, they clean the table, they clean the chairs, they disinfect it so it's ready for the next person to sit down. And when they're not cleaning the tables, those staff members are going around cleaning everything else. Door handles, countertops, even places like the glass dividers between booths that maybe people don't touch all that often, but if you've got a 3-year-old, they're probably touching it. They do a really good job keeping everything clean. So the first thing they did to speed up things in the drive-thru is they put multiple people out there to take orders in the drive-thru. You know, many places, the drive-thru, you place an order at like a little speaker here or a menu, and In-N-Out Burger does that when they're not busy, but because they've been really busy, they deploy people who stand out there out in the parking lot or the drive-thru and walk up to your car to take the order. Of course, all those staff members are indeed wearing face masks. They've got computers to take your order. Sometimes there have been 2 or 3 order takers out there. And one of the changes they've made as well with taking orders is at some locations they have credit card readers for the people that are out in the parking lot or driveway line taking orders. So you don't have to go up to the window to pay. At some locations you can actually pay in the parking lot or drive-through line with the person standing out in the parking lot of your car. If they don't have those card readers, then you can still pay at the window right here, but they've stopped taking your credit card. The staff member that's in here, they will reach the credit card reader out the window. You'll insert your card into it and take it back. They've also started asking for what condiments you want at the time they're taking the order, like how many ketchups do you want, how many spreads that you want, so that they don't have to ask you that later. Now, assuming you've paid with the person taking your order out in the parking lot, then when you come up to the first drive-through window right here, that person just reads back your order and then they offer you the receipt, though I'll say during this pandemic time, most people are just passing on that receipt. Now when you get to the second drive-through window, which is on the other side of this In-N-Out Burger, that's where you pick up the food. That experience is pretty much the same as it was before. They give you your food, they give you your drink. What has changed is in a number of locations, instead of handing you a bunch of ketchups from hand to hand, they actually put your ketchups or spreads in a little individual baggie of itself and then hand you that baggie so that you're not touching hands as you're exchanging your food. But you know, throughout all of this, there's one thing that hasn't changed. The food. The food is still delicious. It's hot, it's fresh, it's really value priced. So that's why I still like eating here, because the food is amazing. Now, in case you're wondering what my classic order is, I get a double, no onions, extra everything. That's extra lettuce, extra spread, extra tomatoes. The fries I like to get with melted cheese on top, and to drink a tasty and cold iced tea. And by the way, this video is not sponsored or endorsed by In-N-Out Burger. I just really enjoy eating there, even during the pandemic, and so I want to share it with all of you. If you're worried about a place to go to, you're not sure if they're that clean, you can be sure In-N-Out Burger is one place that's taking all the precautions and still serving up tasty food. But In-N-Out Burger, if you're watching this and you need, you know, an official YouTube spokesman, you know who to call. And it's not the Ghostbusters.